Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions.
And check out that eye. That's exactly what we want to see. Woo, look at that panel, baby. And that, as they say, is that. Hey all you Minties, Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And Brian K. Vaughan reunites with Niko Henrichon for the Spectators Hardcover from Image Comics. So let's find out what this book is exactly. Join me. And welcome back, everybody. Whenever I heard that Brian K. Vaughan and Niko Henrichon were going to be teaming up again on a book, that's all I needed to hear. Sold. I didn't care what the topic was, what the pitch was. To me, Pride of Baghdad is one of the best books ever released. I know I've talked about it on my channel over the years. In case I haven't, this is the first video you're watching of mine, go and get this. Seriously, trade paperback, whatever edition, one day I hope we'll get an absolute. It deserves it. But this is a lot different than this. And I'll explain why here in a little bit. So let's, first of all, look at this very, very vague cover here. Like, we don't really know what this is. This is called Spectators, so we're focusing on the eyes, which kind of makes sense, but we don't know who these characters are. Brian K. Vaughan and Niko Henrichon, and Spectators, the Image logo, and then the back of the book, not telling you anything about the book. This does come sealed in plastic, and it is rated mature. The retail price is $29.99, and it does have a dust jacket. Now, before I take the dust jacket off, I do want to make people aware that the collection has a very unique trim size. It's smaller than a standard size hardcover or a trade paperback. So here, for example, is one of the standard hardcovers from Image Comics. You can see just how much taller and longer it is than the Spectators book. So I just want to make people aware of that. Let's go ahead and get the dust jacket off. On the left-hand side, it does give you a little bit about what the story is. And then over here, you have Brian K. Vaughan, Niko Henrichon, and then phonographics right there. And then we have the character of Val right there. And I love this scene right here. Those are our two main characters, which we'll be reading about. And that is Val and Sam. Who we saw on the cover, we saw their eyes. So I am going to be giving you the pitch of this book and showcasing this artwork, and then we'll look and see if there's anything extra in the back, and then of course look at the build of the book. Okay, let's go ahead and get this open, and you have your red end sheets and your title page right here. Spectators, Brian K. Vaughan, writer, artist is Niko Henrichon, and phonographics, lettering, and design. And for all the giraffes in the tower, especially Genesis. Before I go any further, I do want to stress that this one has mature content, basically because it's lots of violence and lots of sexual content. So just bear that in mind. It is a lot different than Pride of Baghdad. Pride of Baghdad had a lot of violence, but this is basically the premise of this is the sexual content that I'm going to be talking about. So just in case, I do like to tell people the ratings on these books. Okay, this book, by the way, has 344 pages. It's an original graphic novel. We all start here at the very beginning with this lady in her 40s, Val, who looks really good for her age, and she's about to watch a movie. And she's trying to meet a date, and the date's like, well, crap, I forgot the date, like, the days mixed up, sorry. So she just takes it upon herself to go to Pornhub and just take care of business. While she's doing that, the movie's about to start, and what ends up happening is that the people in the movie theater start hearing gunshots. And they're like, no, that must be a movie. It can't be gunshots. And the guy, one of the older gentlemen, he's like, look, I'm a veteran. I know that sounded like gunshots. And sure enough, there's a guy here with the hashtag leaderboard. It's wearing these Mickey Mouse ears that just starts shooting up the theater. And that's what he does. He ends up like shooting all these people. It's graphic. And, you know, she tries to stay quiet and he knows that she's back there. So Val just stands up, and when she does, he ends up shooting her and killing her. And that is a really strange way to start this book, but it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. She dies, and her body is just a shell as her spirit leaves her body. And she ends up meeting a naked girl, which we'll talk about later. There's a lot of nudity in here, so I gotta be careful how I flip through here. The young lady, I think her name is Lita, tells her exactly, you know, why her body looks different. These aren't the clothes she was wearing. She's a lot younger. Apparently, when you die, it takes your life, and your spirit becomes like half of that age. So if you die like when you're 40, your spirit is 20 years old, or the body of a 20-year-old, and whatever clothes you were wearing that exact day, that's why she's wearing this grunge-like clothes. So she's dead, and she starts exploring the world as a spectator. One thing you learn about the character of Val is that she was a reviewer of movies and TV shows. And she's always had this fascination with movies since the days of Terminator and watching it with her dad. And there's a reason for that, and I love that explanation. Now, one of the things that she wants to do, as she is a spectator, is to watch people have sexual relations. She wants to have a experience of just watching people in a very voyeuristic way, but having it naturally without having to pay for it. It's really interesting. Now, she has been around for a long time as a spirit. We find out that she's been around for about 200 years, and this is the future right here, where we have like this Fight Club type of deal. Anyway, these two people that are part of this Fight Club, and I can't show very much of this, will go back to their place and start getting it on. This is where she meets another character. This is where she meets the character of Sam, who's this cowboy who's been around a while, and he's a different type of spectator. And I don't want to go into details as to what he likes to see, but together they're going to get to know each other. And that's what this is. This is about two spirits coming together. There's a big threat that's happening all over the world. I had to skip some pages because the world might be ending. So this is her chance to actually see something that she has never seen, that she's been trying to find since she got here. Love this double page spread. And that is a natural menage a trois. That's what she wants to see. Now, some people might be rolling their eyes. Well, like, that's a stupid idea for a book. But it's actually really good. It's about this connection between these two people that come from different lives. Like, I think he died somewhere in 1894, and you do get to find out how he died exactly, and the things that he's seen, where he's been, and just about people finding each other and having a human connection, which even in the afterlife, it seems like it's very difficult to find. And one thing that I'm sure people are asking, just like I immediately did, is this hell? Is this purgatory? Is this limbo? Is it heaven? Where are they? I promise a lot of things are explained through here, and then some things are kind of left for you to try to figure out. But it's a different type of story that I didn't expect to be reading, and went in ways that I didn't expect it to go. And the ending, well, never mind. I'll just, I did already mention the fact that she has a fascination with Terminator because of watching it at an early age, and why she has a fascination with being a spectator to begin with. And a lot of it has to do with that Terminator video cassette. A lot of pop culture references, which is something that, of course, Brian K. Vaughan is just super good at doing. So if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, yeah, you'll find a lot of that. So yeah, that's what they're trying to do. That is the basic premise. It's like they're just trying to find a menage a trois, not an orgy or anything like that, just three people. Do they find it? Well, you can find out for yourself. But in the midst of trying to find it, while the Earth is about to get destroyed, and who is destroying it, and what does it have to do with this very beginning, right? Whenever we saw this guy right here with the hashtag leaderboard, it's all connected, I promise. They get to know each other. And I think that's what's really important. Like, he explains to her that he got bored of Earth a few hundred years ago and kind of went to space and traveled all the way to Pluto. And she kind of teaches him a little bit of what's happened since he's been gone, and a little pop culture, just the differences in between the 1800s and when she passed away, So it's a very unique book, that's for sure. And let's look in the back to see if there's anything extra. No extras, just the story. So let's look at this binding. 344 pages. It is sewn binding and printed in this glossy paper stock. And there are quite a number of spread pages through here with some minimal gutter loss, and that's due to some of that excess glue right there. But that's what Spectators is. And that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this hardcover, don't forget to check out our sponsors.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, and you can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget, the CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the content, the page count, and build of this book. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you've read it, let me know what you think of the story. And of course, if you will be picking up the Saga Deluxe Edition book 4 when that comes out finally. I've been waiting a long time to read them. I haven't read them since, I think it was 1 trade paperback, and I know there's enough for like 4 trade paperbacks worth for that deluxe edition. Regardless, I'm excited, and it was really nice to see another Brian K. Vaughan creation out there and reunite it with Niko, Henrichon. So, that's it everyone. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.